this astrology is for the entire month of February. There are 4 planetary changes going to be happen during the month of February. Those are the planets which makes short-term impact because they move from one house to the other one within a short period time, like 1 month to 1.5 months. When it comes to Aries ascendants, those 4 planets, Sun, Mars, Mercury and Venus, they are now in the 10th house of Aries ascendants when the February begins. So you must be very active during the last couple of weeks in your profession, because Mars is already there, the most active planet, and in its highest state, that means in exalted state. So in fact the Mars is the most active planet. So as it is in its highest state, so you must have been very active in your profession. And the Sun also helps that, and together with the Mercury and Venus. But also you must have experienced some kind of troubles also in your profession, because the Mars also the representative of 8th house, which is the worst house in any birth chart, which resembles the fall or setbacks in life and life-threatening situations, sorrow, kind of negative things. But at the same time, Mars is the Lord of the Ascendant, so it exerts mostly positive influences when it comes to the 10th house, as it is in exalted state, but slightly you must have got some kind of negative influences also when it comes to your profession. But now anyway, the Mars is going to stay there up to the 23rd February 2026. So when the month begins, February, the first planet is going to transit is Mercury. Mercury transits from the 10th house to the 11th house on 3rd February, and then it will continue to stay in the 10th house up to Mercury brings auspicious results for the 11th house, because 11th house resembles your income and your social relationships. When it comes to your relatives or your friends or the colleagues in your workplace, your customers, whatever it is, even the outside, the people, the society, the people you are interact with, they are represented by your 11th house. Also your income. The North Node, or the also called Rahu, is already there in the 11th house in the long run, because it is there and it will be there up to the 5th December 2026, and that's the best place for Rahu. 11th house is the best place for Rahu, because when the Rahu is in the 11th house, it brings you luck, fortune, and in fact the kind of sudden wealth gains, like that, like lotteries, or kind of unexpected wealth gains, or unexpected financial or economic gains, even the income, better income. So Rahu supports that. In fact, Rahu is in highly positive state also, because the constellation which associated with the 11th house is Aquarius. So Rahu is highly positive in the Aquarius sign, also in the 11th house. So the 11th house and the associated sign also positive with Rahu. So the Rahu is going to give you highly positive influences when it comes to your income. Once the Mercury reaches there, Mercury also helps that. And also Mercury helps you to build very good social relationships. And at present Jupiter is in your third house. Third house also resembles your relatives, not the relatives, your siblings. So the Jupiter there in the third house is good for your siblings, but these days Jupiter is in retrograde state up to 11th March 2026, so it's not that effective. But when the Mercury aspect the third house, it exerts positive influences on your siblings. And also on 6th February, Venus transits to the 11th house. So Venus will be staying there in the 11th house up to 2nd March 2026, and Venus also beneficial for the 11th house for your income and your relationships. When it comes to your relationships, you will get more female friends, and you will get the helps from females mostly, and you will be kind of popular, or you will be a pleasant person for the others when the Venus is there. When the Venus and Mercury is there, you speak nice words, you appear nicely and interact nicely with the those people you interact with. And then the Sun or Ravi transits on 13th February to the 11th house. But the associated sign is not friendly for the Sun, but the place is nice. Place is okay, 11th house. So it can shine there to a certain extent. So you will become you will be highlighted among others, you will become kind of popular, or sometimes you get the leadership, and also you act with that. Also even for the income also it supports, but not 100%, because as it is in kind of negative state with the associated sign, Aquarius sign, but place is positive for that, 11th house. Finally, the Mars arrives there, 11th house, on 23rd February, and Mars also kind of not giving its maximum, but that also beneficial for the matters represented by 11th house. Mainly if you are involved in kind of fields or employments, or even if you are involved in the businesses related to like gems and mining, and also like land sales or real estate, even the agriculture fields, and mainly the areas which is related to the earth. Either you are mining like gems and metals, and if you are selling like building materials like sand, soil or etc. For such businesses, it's Mars helps so much when the Mars is in your 11th house. Now when it comes to these planets, now 5 planets, when it comes to 23rd February, already 5 planets they are in your 11th house. So the when the Sun arrives there, it will be staying there up to 15th March, and when the Mars arrives there, it will be there up to 2nd April. So anyway, those 5 planets also going to stay there together for a certain time. What is the overall impact? of them. Overall impact means some way they all supports your income, but they supports more or less. Some planets supports more for your social interaction, and the planets like Sun and Mars supports not 100% but still to a considerable extent. So anyway, more positive for those. Both the matters governed by the 11th house, the overall impact also positive. But these planets, they stay in your 11th house. 11th house belongs to the marriage triangle. When the Saturn is in the 11th house, not the Saturn, when all these 5 planets are in the 11th house, they aspect your 7th house. 7th house resembles your marriage. I mean everything related to your marriage or long-term close relationships. Because 5th house resembles your marriage or your married partner. Even if you are expecting to be married also, such matters also resembles from the 7th house. Even if you are not married legally, still if you are staying together for a long time, I mean in long term, then those relationships and the parties also falls under this category, under the 7th house. So when these planets aspect the 7th house together, they, if you are expecting to be married, they accelerate your marriage. You might get more proposals, or you will try to marry fast, and more tendency to get married faster, because Venus, Mars and Rahu are together there. They accelerate that. And Mercury and Venus, they try to make it good. They are trying to give you a good outcome. But when you are trying to maintain these relationships, or when it comes to the relevant partners of these relationships, once you are get married, once you are involved in such relationships, then to maintain such relationships, the influence are negative mostly. Except the Venus, all the others, Rahu, Sun, Mars, in fact Mercury, their impact is negative on maintaining such relationships and the people who are, the partners of Aries ascendants. So you have to be cautious on that. The another matter is the Aries ascendant, they might have more tendency to get involved with socially unaccepted relationships or controversial relationships. If Aries male with females or Aries female with males, extreme relationships which cross the limits. When it comes to the planets which move slowly, which are influencing in long run, the planets Saturn, Jupiter, Ketu and Rahu, they move slowly and they influence in long term. I already mentioned about the impact of the Rahu. When it comes to Saturn, Saturn is in a highly negative state these days in the long run. Saturn resembles your income and your profession. Now in the 12th house is not a positive place, so it will bring or exert you negative influences for your profession and income. But Rahu in the 11th house recovers that. When it comes to your income, it will recover that, as long as it stays there. But don't forget, Saturn is going to stay there up to the 3rd June 2027, and Rahu stays only in the 11th house up to 5th December 2026. So you will not have that luck from the Rahu every day after 5th of December 2026. But still, when the other auspicious planets aspect to certain good houses, and those, especially those houses which are mainly responsible for your income or wealth, when those planets aspect those houses, then still you get some good positive influences in such instances. Also, when these short-term planets like the Sun, Mars, and Mercury, Venus, they move. No, they move very. Move often from time to time, from place to place. So they might aspect these houses, and they will influence in short run for you to have good positive influences on your finance or your profession. Like now, at present also they are in your 11th house, 10th house and 11th house, giving kind of positive influences for your profession and income. Jupiter's role in the 3rd house in February is not that positive. Especially you have to be careful about your illnesses, mainly from communicable diseases, because your immunity is very low. It is regarded when the Jupiter is there in the 3rd house, the immunity drops. So resulting more tendency to subject to communicable diseases like high fevers, like that. So you have to be careful about those things, and as well as some other illnesses also in common. Ketu is in your 5th house. That is also going to stay there in the long run up to 5th December 2026. So it's bad for your love affairs and also for your children. But Ketu is good for your education. So that's all for the Aries ascendants in common for the month of February. But this is a common reading for common astrology analysis for all the Aries ascendants. But when it comes to your birth chart, your personalized birth chart, then your personalized birth chart reading or personalized astrology analysis might be different. Some differences will be there from this common astrology analysis, because the exact positioning of the planets and their interactions with each other, or their aspects with each other, and their states, or all those things, your entire the life story which was shown at the time of your birth in the sky, so it is already there in your birth chart. It's like a screenshot of that, all the data in your birth chart. So to get a more accurate and more personalized astrology analysis, you have to refer your birth chart to a proficient astrologer and get that analysis. Also, you can get the remedies for the malefic influences also from that astrologer. Your destiny is not a fixed destiny. Your birth chart reveals your destiny, but it's a kind of possible destiny. It's not a fixed destiny. You can change some kind of negative things are mentioned there. That's why the astrology is there to guide you. You can't see the future. No? Astrology is a way of presenting or forecasting your future kind of. Once you knew your weaknesses and the things to come ahead in your life early, then you can prepare it early. You can overcome your weaknesses and you can plan well and prepare for the negative things to come ahead and overcome them successfully. And it's also you can prepare for the positive things to come ahead and get the maximum use of them. And you can, in that way, you can overcome the negative matters mentioned in your destiny. That's the way to achieve success in your life with the help of astrology. Thank you. Good luck.